Hey
Yeah,
Jaimin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, first of all, congratulations to you that you secured a lot of good top admits from top universities in the US.
Thank you.
Yeah. And can you just give our audience a brief about your own self, about your profile, being it in your academic part or in your professional career as well?
In my academics, I am a BTech graduate in Electronics and Telecom Engineering from DJ Sanghvi College. While I was
Hmm.
applying for US universities, my GPA at that time was 9.075.
Hmm.
Along with this, I had a minor certified accredited course from IPM in machine learning and artificial intelligence as well.
Okay.
That had a CGPA of around 8.9 on 10.
Hmm.
Uh, Keeping the academics aside, during my profession, I had two internships going on. One was in Team Software, it was the IBM sister company where I was a cloud computing and data science intern, and
Hmm.
another was a Lioli Ceramic, in which was I was a data analyst intern over there.
That's great. My next question would be, why did you choose Lilac Buds only for the entire application process?
I chose Lilacbuds because it seemed as if it would help. Maybe it could help me stand a little aside from the competition itself. And one reason was that maybe it could help me with the on-ground experience with someone from the USA who
Hmm.
was there and helping me from there, so I could know what the current know about. So, and he was from my industry as well.
That's great. And can you tell me about your experience that you had with your mentor on your application part? Who was your mentor? How did he assist you out? Especially the mentoring part from your brainstorming sessions to your shortlisting of universities, then
So,
editing and formatting of your essays. Like, how did the mentor assist you out, and how was the entire process of the mentoring?
actually, in that case, my mentor was Viraj Shah,
Okay,
and
that's
he
great.
assisted me very well in it. Actually, he was coordinating from US at that time,
Hmm.
and we had regularly scheduled Google meets, and we did a lot of thinking and know about of all the different universities that are there. Because of him only, I actually landed up University of Rochester. To be honest, because it was not exactly in my list, and after going through sessions with him, after looking at hundreds of universities out there along with him and making the final list, actually it was there. Though
Hmm.
I won't say that it was exactly like the dream list that we made. We still had our own doubts when we made our list, and once we got our admits, we still had some drawbacks about the list. But yeah,
Hmm.
it was great working with the mentor. The coordination was really good. Whenever I needed any help with the process, with the shortlisting, he was always up for the meet.
Anything, can you throw some lights on the essay part? How were the essays and everything, the SOP part, the editing basically? How were the SOPs written and everything for
SOP
you?
was the initial draft of SOP wasn't the one that I had dreamt of, though it was on a very time constrained environment because I had given my TOEFL really late. But as and when it progressed ahead and as and I changed my SOPs, and I actually changed my complete SOP after my first application because I wasn't too confident about it. It drafted
Hmm.
and it came out really well.
Hmm.
And it was a great coordination with me and the writer, where the inputs that I was giving were translated quite well on the SOP itself too.
That's
I
great.
know, and people who are enrolling for the future, they should realize one thing, that it is 80% of your own hard work into your SOP, your own stories into the SOP, and it's just 20% of writers' creativity while they are drafting the SOP. So it's more
Okay.
about the research that you put into while you make the SOP for yourself.
Okay, that's great. That's great to hear from you. So my next question would be to which universities you had applied and where you got the admits from, and what about the scholarship, from where you got the scholarship, and what was the amount specifically? Can you
So
give
I'll
a
start
brief
with my
about
safe list. In my safe
it?
list, I applied to three colleges: University of Rochester, uh, then there was Northeastern University and University of Arizona. I got admits from two of them. That's University of Rochester and University of Arizona, and I didn't get an admit from Northeastern. In University of Rochester, I got a 40% scholarship, and University of Arizona, I don't really recall the scholarship that I received because it was just a very safe university for me. I never planned to go, so I didn't check the admit letter. Moving to my moderate or medium universities, I'd applied to TAMU as Texas AMU, University of Maryland College Park, University of Minnesota Twin Cities, uh, USC, and yeah,
Hmm.
that's pretty all in the moderate list. And I got admits into two of them. That's University of Minnesota and University of Maryland College Park. In
Hmm.
Minnesota, I didn't get exactly an scholarship, but University of Minnesota does not provide scholarship. They provide internships in return that waive off the entire semester's fees. That's what everyone received. And moving ahead, I got rejects from TAMU, but I didn't get any reply back from USC till now. And in my dream list, I had applied to four universities. There was Rice University, UCI, there was Columbia University, and there was Wisconsin. And the Columbia, I got shortlisted for a future round.
Okay, okay, that's great. So my second last question would be, what advice would you give to the applicants who are applying to the top schools in the US for the program that you got an admit from?
I would say to all the programs I got admitted into, as well as the program that I even got rejected from, I would suggest one thing is that people ignore the GRE part. But when I realized that I got a 318 on a GRE of 340, and I realized that maybe a little pinch more around 320, 325 would have been much safer scope when you go to apply for any of your dream colleges or even moderate for a matter of fact, because all these colleges do tend to say that they are not gonna take GRE into consideration. But when I saw the people who got accepted into them, I really noticed one pattern was that GRE was an essential component in them. Secondly, I would suggest to have a good GPA, though many colleges out there are not GPA centric, but though
Hmm.
having a good GP always helps you, and it's always a plus. Maintaining above 9 is a safe one, but anywhere around 9.5 is just a dream one for when you go to apply for US. And having a well roundabout profile and not just concentrated on academics is another factor that everyone should look into. When or even the SOP shouldn't just be concentrated just on how well they perform academically or what all research paper they are published, but it should be a little roundabout where they can also speak about their extracurricular activities to show that they are not just a person who studies all day but also have the involvement in other things equally.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, each and every communication was going through the lilacbuds.com portal, right?
There's a communication on the Lilacbuds portal only.
So can you just throw some light on the portal? How is the portal like? How was
The
it
portal
feasible
is
for
really
you?
well designed for keeping the dashboard of the portal is really well designed and keeps all my things in a single tab. My
Hmm.
documents that I was continuously uploading could be viewed by all my mentors out there. That's
Hmm.
Priyasha and Virasha both could have access to all my documents. I've been uploading all my SOPs, all the changes that I'm continuously making on the SOPs, any changes that they suggest, I could easily see them. It was better because having multiple Google Docs links or sharing multiple documents over WhatsApp is a hassle. Many times you might forget what name of the document you had sent them last and what were the contents of it. Having on Lilac Bus to access them directly over there, it was a great. As well as scheduling meetings and exchanging notes while the meeting is going on was really good. So maybe I'm talking over all this call on Lilac Bus. I could just really write down points just next to it in the meeting notes, whatever any important point my mentors suggest me, so that I could see them on future, as well as he was assigning me tasks for every next meet that we are scheduling. So that was also easy to access because if next day I just forget what task had he assigned me, I could just easily access the portal, see what all things I have to prep for my next meeting and start working on it.
That's great that we were able to assist you out in your entire application process. Finally, I want to ask you, can you just give me a 1 minute summary of the entire process from starting from your initially when you enrolled with the Lilac Buds until your end? Just a 1 minute quick summary.
So I initially enrolled in Lilac Buds long back, around exactly a year before this, because I had given my first GRE attempt then, and I hadn't secured a good score. So Lilac Buds first helped me connect with an English tutor for my verbal, which was really good, I should say, because I could see the improvement in my score by a good 10 pointer, and that really helped me boost my score even further. So number one was that the English coaching that I received while Lilac Buds was really good. Then followed by that, I would suggest then after that I enrolled upon Lilac Buzz even for the counseling. Uh, Initial sessions were really good where we could shortlist around 12 universities that I applied to from a list of hundreds that I made. knowing the course, what courses are there, what is good for me. We actually made a good Google spreadsheet where it was clearly mentioned why should I take a particular university and why not should I take. And that actually helped me in the later segments when I received multiple admits. So I could just go back to a Google spreadsheet, see the links, see why I was not skeptical about a particular university. So that really helped me from Lilacbuds because there were quite detailed content about it. It was not just a list given to me that yeah, this is the 10 universities, go apply to them. It was much more conversationalist where they understood, where my mentor Viraj understood what my goals are, what I want to do, what I want to pursue, and he, from an industry perspective, is to put in his inputs why a particular university might be a good choice rather than the other one. That was really good. Followed by once I started to get admits, I was really confused between two universities. To mention them, University of Minnesota and University of Rochester. One being quite academically inclined, high in rankings, around in the top 20s in the US, and another being in the top 50s, but more industry inclined university. And that was a real confusion where both my mentors, Priyash and Varasha, came together and we had a good talk about which university should I be taking into. That was a really helpful one.
Right.
Followed by it, I would say that during the visa interview, the questionnaire that was present on the website, I would say I took all the questions from them, whichever ones were mainly were inclined towards what my profile looked like, and the answer I wrote my own answers over them. I would say the questionnaire was quite detailed, and as well as there were many answers mentioned to questions like, should I take OPT or not? Such questions where a student might get confused and might just say the wrong answer in return. Such answers were already given by Lilacbuds, which can be really helpful for others.
Okay, that's great. That's great. At the end, I would just like to say you all the very best for your entire future. You'll be flying soon to the US. I wish all you get all the endeavors that you're looking for. All the very best for your future from the entire team of Lilac Buds. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thanks a lot.
Have a great day. Goodbye.
Thanks, Arisha.
Yeah, bye.